But does it really matter? Yes. This is the 4th gen of K-pop. It does matter. Hi, welcome. So Treasure, the much anticipated, why is this so low? So Treasure, the much anticipated new boy group by YG Entertainment, has just made their debut with the title song Boy. And it seems that there's a lot of discussion surrounding this, and as someone who is often accused of being a YG stan, though I only pretty much alt 21 in Blackpink, everyone's gonna be like, oh, what about Big Bang? Listen, my Big Bang phase was like from Forever Young. Oh, hi, I'm just here to ask if anyone remembers Big Bang's famous song, Forever Young, because me too. All the way to Fantastic Baby. I cannot speak on their new things. But anyways, before we get into this video, make sure you subscribe, like, comment, and share this video with friends you don't have. You can also follow me on Instagram because I'm starting a rainbow. And you can also go check out my Spotify playlist to see some very magical K-pop songs. But yeah, I thought it would be interesting to have this discussion because I've been seeing a lot of conversation surrounding the fact that, you know, this debut is a flop for a YG group, or, you know, this doesn't sound like a typical YG group. While on the other hand, I mean, it kind of seems like Treasure is thriving, so I'm a little confused. So I thought it would be a really great opportunity to do another episode of K-pop investigations, where I essentially take a subject and do a little bit of a deep dive into it. So the first thing we should talk about is the fact that their debut is being called a flop, and we're only like 5 hours into this at this point. So yeah, at the time that I'm filming this, they literally released their music video 5 hours ago, and people are already calling it a flop. At least digitally, and they're saying this because they're comparing it to Blackpink's debut song and Ikon's debut song and Winner's debut song. In response to this tweet from K-Chart's Master, which shows how Boy is number 42 on Bugs and number 73 on Genie, we see that people are pointing out how the Korean general public might not be vibing with this song as much, which we have to understand wouldn't necessarily be reflected within the YouTube views. Everyone only focus on YouTube views, but forget about the Korean music platform is also important, which was responded with, I know, right? It doesn't matter if you got higher views on YouTube, but the general public didn't like it. So this brings up an interesting conversation. How do we know when a group has essentially flopped or if they're a success? When we're looking at two different ways of, you know, measuring their success, right? I mean, we're attributing success to numbers, which is kind of inherently problematic, but I mean, it is what it is. It's interesting how a song can simultaneously get so many YouTube views within the first few hours of its release and also be considered a flop digitally. But does it really matter? Yes. This is the 4th gen of K-pop. It does matter. But I mean, like, that's obviously so subjective, right? Saying that they're a flop, but it's like, even before their debut, I heard of them. Even before their debut, there was so much hype surrounding Treasure. They had over 1 million subscribers and a pretty big fan base already. And on top of that, we've seen how articles have expressed that they've broken records even before their debut with album pre-sales. So I think the term flopping is a little bit subjective, a little bit random at this point. But it's definitely the narrative that I've been seeing online. Treasure's about to be the first YG group to flop digitally. Treasure breaks massive record as the only YG group to flop on their debut. Anyways, Treasure ruined YG's reputation for having digital monsters. Now, I don't particularly pay attention to charts, and I've never really in the past as well. If I like a song, I like a song. If I don't like a song, oh well. Now it seems that people are either like happy for Treasure's quote-unquote failure, and I say quote-unquote failure because I mean, if you're looking at numbers, are you really a failure for getting 2 million views within the first few hours of your music video's release? I mean, there are some groups who don't even get 2 million views within a year of uploading their music videos. But on the other hand, there are some people who are like super confused as to why, you know, their views are so high. They seem to be, you know, selling a lot of albums, but like, why are they digitally not doing as well as their seniors? So again, as I'm filming this now, obviously they just released the song. So many things could change by the time this is uploaded. But all this does bring up the next question, which is this even a YG sound? And I've been seeing a lot of people saying that like this really doesn't feel like YG, doesn't seem like YG. The following comments reading, it didn't give YG vibes. Going Crazy would have been a better debut song. Sounded like a typical boy group. No YG vibes. to be honest, sounded nothing like YG to me. However, much to my surprise, there were a lot of people who thought that this was wholeheartedly a YG song. It sounded just like YG group songs because that's the trademark of YG, from Big Bang in 21 to Blackpink, Ikon, Winner, and Treasure. A basic YG song. Now, for my own personal opinion, I watched the music video this morning, and from the teasers, I was like, okay, I'm getting kind of a little bit of a Teen Crush vibe. So I think YG's gonna go for something a little bit different. But when I watched the whole thing, I was like, oh my god, this is miles away from what I ever thought YG would ever do. And I think if you're familiar with YG, you might have certain expectations when new groups are put out. You might have a feeling for what kind of sound or styling or concept that they might go for. And I feel like this is kind of different. Different is the word. But then again, I don't know Treasure. I didn't know Treasure pre-debut. I didn't know about the survival show. I didn't watch it. So me coming in as, a quote-unquote YG stan watching this for the first time without knowing anything, it definitely was different. So maybe if you're more familiar with Treasure, this isn't so much of a shock to your system. But either way, it's still a very interesting mix of concepts. It just doesn't have that YG feel to it. And again, that direction is Teen Crush. I was totally caught off guard when they were like, I want to be your boy. I was like, oh, boyfriend anyone?
Would you be my girlfriend?
It's like mixing boyfriend with kind of a little bit of the aesthetic of BAP's Warrior, kind of just a little bit darker, but still kind of neon elements, if that makes sense. Please let me know if that makes sense. And also, please let me know if anyone remembers Boyfriend. Mixed with a little bit of NCT Dream's Riding, so just a mashup of all of that. Either way, I don't think that Treasure are flops, but I do think that this doesn't sound like YG. And I do need to point out that YG has historically dabbled in so many different sounds. I mean, a perfect example is 21's I'm the Best versus 21's It Hurts. I mean, those are very different sounds. So a typical YG sound, at least in the past, would have been hard to define. But we could at least count on YG to be experimental like that. I think the more we get into 4th gen, it seems the more YG is altering themselves to fit what is expected from K-pop. And they never really did that in the past, right? YG was always known to be that group. The group that kind of broke boundaries, the company that kind of broke boundaries, the company that kind of went against the grain. I just feel there's more at stake with K-pop these days. So the tendency to kind of want to fit in while still wanting to stand out is a lot stronger. You want to fit in by kind of following the trends, by following what other people are doing, but you want to still veer off of that path ever so slightly. And I feel like that's what YG's kind of doing a little bit more and more these days. So yeah, I agree. It is a little bit counterintuitive to say that it doesn't sound like YG when YG used to be known for their vastly different sounds. I mean, my friend Sherry even pointed out a cuter YG song like Ikon's My Type and even Big Bang's Sunset Glow. I mean, Sunset Glow is definitely super goofy. It's super cute. It's not really Teen Crush at all in my opinion, but it's still not that hard-hitting, stereotypical YG sound that we tend to associate with the company. We can also point to 21's I Don't Care, which is honestly the closest thing they ever really did to a cute concept if we're excluding Lollipop. So a concept that leans towards more cute isn't inherently unheard of within the context of a YG song. But given YG's current climate, this is just my opinion, but I feel like they have been stagnating a lot more recently. So to hear a song like this actually is kind of surprising. But I'd love to know what you guys think about this. Do you think it's a nice change that YG's finally trying something different, something that's not so typically YG? Or do you miss kind of the old YG? Do you miss being able to tell when a group was from YG Entertainment? Because interestingly enough, it seems that the point of views are quite polarizing in my comment section at least. Either people are really adamant that it's not a YG song or people are super adamant that it is. So let's argue in the comments. As for the debut itself, what people are thinking, charts aside, YG styling aside, if this is just a song and you're just listening to it, what are people generally saying about it? That seems to be quite mixed too. As for my own thoughts, I'm gonna save them for my end of the month review. So if you haven't seen my review for June and July, I'm gonna link it in a card, hopefully, and in the description of this video so you can check it out. And I know it's so mean for me to keep my thoughts to myself to the end of the month, but I need to give you fresh content. But I did ask you guys on my community tab what you thought of the song, so let's roast some of your opinions. Not gonna lie, I think this was a very solid debut. The chorus threw me off a little, but overall it was good. Okay, I will reveal the chorus did throw me off as well. Just like the I wanna be your boy, I was just like, huh? Even though I was born in 2012, I just felt like this was directed to a much younger audience, if that makes sense. They kind of sound like if Blackpink was a boy group to me. What? I don't think Blackpink would go that teen crush. You know, we could argue that As If It's Your Last is a little bit on the teen crush category. I would say that as well. But I just don't think they would go there. Like, that's the thing. I feel like previously for YG groups, there's a certain level of interchangeability that we could have, right? A collab between Big Bang and 21 makes the most sense in the world. A collab between Blackpink and 21 would make the most sense in the world, and I would die to see that. But like a collab between Treasure and Blackpink, or Treasure and 21, or Treasure and Big Bang, they just seem like they're in completely different worlds, if that makes sense. So I don't personally agree that they're like a male version of Blackpink. And that's what I mean when I say like it doesn't have that YG sound. It feels like it's from a different company. Didn't they use the same drop that How You Like That used, aka the electronic bass fart? Honestly, I don't mind beat drops like that, or like I like them. How You Like That is song of the year for me, so like maybe I'm not the best person to ask, but just I don't know, like the words, the I wanna be your boy really threw me off. If that's what you're talking about, the chorus wise, let's listen to it again. I'm gonna replace it with generic iMovie music because YG fucking hates me. Here's my reaction. See, like I'm super into this right now. I'm like, this is really good. See, we're feeling it. We're feeling it. Yeah, okay. I want to be your boy. I just want to be your boy. It's like cute, right? And then I feel like it doesn't match the beat drop. I don't hate the beat drop. I like beat drops. I just feel, I don't know, like the beat drop, I don't know how to explain it. So yeah, that is basically it for this video. Let me know what you thought of their debut in the comments down below. As for me, I'm gonna get going, but don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share this video with friends you don't have. You can also join my channel memberships. These are the current individuals who support my channel every single month. Thank you so much for your support. I will see you guys next time. Bye.